If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day.
It was 3 months ago today, a whole season ago, when I first opened this bottle of the Murray. Yeah, the Murray. And I noticed that it had a high alcohol by volume content. It's 56.1%. And I thought I'd try it. I had been wanting to try it for a while, as it had been in my collection unopened for a while, and I thought, okay, well, let's give this Murray a chance, shall we? So then I opened it, and I poured it. As I'm doing now. And I poured myself a quig-sized dram like this one. And I was somewhat underwhelmed by the Murray. From the Marquess or the Marquess collection. Anyway, this is the only one from the Marquess or the Marquess collection that I've ever had. And, I did this whole thing where I anaconda'd the whole whiskey in the glass like I'm doing right now. And then I had a look at it, as I'm doing right now, to see what kind of legs would form. And as it was then, it is now, that they form very slowly. It is a viscous whiskey, very viscous, and they slowly go down the sides of the glass. Very slowly. They slowly form and slowly go down the sides of the glass. I don't know if you can see that from where you are. But you can see those droplets are still there. They're still just forming. And I give it a sniff. And I nose it. And this time I get maltiness. I get maltiness. I get a warehouse. I get dunnage. And this is from the nose at 56.1% alcohol by volume. See, I thought I would do this now before the stuff disappears completely. And the bottle's getting kind of low. By now, in 3 months, it has had a chance to oxidize somewhat. And maybe the reason I'm coming back to it was because I got very little out of it the first time. There's definitely a lot of alcohol here. You can get it on the nose. It carries some fruity flavors with it. I'm getting some orchard fruits and some cherry. A little bit of cherry, maraschino cherry. And some raisins. Some plums. I'd say medium ripe fruits. I'm not getting the pear and apple kind of thing. I'm getting the raisin and plum kind of thing. But I'm sure that the alcohol is taking away from the nose because of the high content. But first I will taste it neat. Oh, what's this I'm getting? Just a little hint of paradichlorobenzene. If you don't remember what paradichlorobenzene is, it's the stuff that they would put in the urinals in grade school. Just a hint of that. It's weird where the nose takes you. But besides the little bit of paradichlorobenzene, I'm getting some maltiness. I'm getting a bit of sweetness. Raisins, plums, grapes perhaps. A little bit of malt. Not much else, because of the high ABV. But what I'm going to do now is attempt to bring it down so that we can get some more flavors out of it. Earlier tonight, I did that with a Noah's Mill Kentucky Straight Bourbon, bottled at 57.15% alcohol by volume. Adding just a little bit of water made all the difference. And I'm hoping that it will make the difference here. Let's taste it first. Aside from a maraschino cherry note, I'm just getting alcohol burn. This is too strong to be enjoyed as is. In my humble opinion, of course. I will add some water to make this more, well, palatable, more drinkable, something that won't just alcohol burn you out. Because I have tried several expressions from Tullibardine, and most of them did not do it for me. And there wasn't any one of them that made me go, wow. I'm just being honest. Nobody's paying me to say this. I'm on nobody's payroll. But Tullibardine and I have had a difficult relationship. I hope I didn't give it too much water. I find it kind of hard to pin this one down. And what is the flavor that what am I nosing now? What am I tasting now? Is it something out of my experience? I did get maraschino cherries earlier. What am I getting on the nose now? It reminds me of cotton candy and cherry ice cream. But a minute later, it might remind me of something else. Tullibardine. Well, what does it say on here? There's little lettering. There's little lettering on on the bottom of the bottle here. And I can't see it now, but I saw it before. 16, 1077, 11, 37, 01, 11, 2016. So probably the 1st of November 2016 is when this was bottled. That makes sense. So 3 years and a bit. Almost 4 years. What am I getting now on the nose? Pears. Mostly pears. No other fruits except a little bit of cherry, maraschino cherry. So pears and maraschino cherry. Getting a bit of maltiness, only just a bit. It's fruity. That maraschino cherry is the predominant fruity note that I'm getting on the nose, that is. What about the palate? Big improvement. I'm getting a thick, viscous, tasty mouthfeel. I'm getting dried fruits and ripe fruits, and a little bit of alcohol burn still. That maraschino cherry note sure is prominent. I'm going to give it another try. Give it some more water and see what that does, because I'm pretty sure that it can take some more. And I'm beginning to enjoy this. Ah, curious. I'm getting a bit of a salty note now, along with black licorice on the palate. Wow, I think I may have hit the sweet spot of the Murray. I may have dialed it in finally, because along with the maraschino cherry and the fruity notes, I'm getting a brininess. The palate is as it was, although a little watered down, or the nose is as it was, but a little watered down from what it was before. I did add water twice, but now on the palate, It's briny. There's a little bit of bitterness, a taste of bitterness. The black licorice is still there, but not as strong as it was since I added water the last time. But it's got a briny finish. a salty finish, and it's not astringent at all. This finish just hangs on. It's sort of a salty, slightly fruity. It just keeps on going. It's still there, and it just dries everything. It's quite astringent. Not exactly my cup of tea, but it's good whiskey. But like I said, not exactly my cup of tea. Even though I'm still smelling a little bit of black licorice, a little bit of anise seed. And tasting, yeah. The salty black licorice is there on the palate. Yeah. This is not bad after it's been open for 3 months. Even though at first I didn't get much out of it, now I'm getting more. It has opened up beautifully. And so I haven't completely written Tullibardine off. I haven't quite written them off. Even though I was disappointed by so many iterations of Tullibardine. It's like, oh, this whiskey's no good? Let's throw a wine finish on it and make it tasty. Yeah, right. But this one, this Murray, is all right. And it's complex, but you gotta give it time, and you gotta give it some water to open up and give its full potential. I will naturally say slanchavat.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food quick.
Food Quig.
Food quick.
Yeah.